Hi, fans of high-quality entertainment. First of all, you're probably going to see, already thought of the thumbnail. You'll probably see the thumbnail and think I'm very unhappy with the Beatles Anthology, which is not the case. It's to do with the anthology case, the packaging, right? And what I would also like to say is, throughout my years on YouTube, once in a blue moon, somebody will message me or leave a comment and tell me they don't like, a certain video, or stop talking about this band, enough of them already. I've had that, the odd time in my YouTube career. And, also with, once in a blue moon, I might make a silly political type comedy video, and somebody will be offended, right? It's like, don't watch the video. So recently on Facebook, I received this message. So I am dedicating this video, even though it's not all about the Beatles. I'm going to talk about the Beatles in the video. So I dedicate this to Joshua. I hope you enjoy it. First, let me say, I have really been enjoying listening to this. And while listening to this, it's like, I've mentioned before, I've got the older anthology, and I haven't listened to it in a long time. It just sits in my collection. But when I did buy it, and for, the next few years, I played it quite often, off and on. So I do know the album really well. And I've just been very impressed overall with the upgraded sound quality of this. There's certain songs, like the medley Rip It Up, Shake, Rattle and Roll. Because the sound quality's improved, I don't know, I just enjoy it more than I remember liking it in the past for a lot of this. I just wanted to mention two songs that I've always really liked, and I like them even more, since they've improved the sound quality. If You've Got Trouble, and That Means a Lot. I think, especially That Means a Lot, I think that could have been a great Beatles song. The sound quality, even on this, isn't as good as some of the other demos or whatever, or outtakes. That's the only thing against it. But like I said, if they had worked on it, I think it would have been an excellent Beatles song. And If You've Got Trouble, I think, is a catchy, good rocker by Ringo. And it's too bad that wasn't released. Maybe they could have worked on it a little more. But even the way it is, I think it's a fun, simple track. And so I enjoy that more than ever. And I will say probably, Volume 1 is my least favorite because of all I'm not a big fan of the live tracks on this, especially the early ones, although they have been, improved. But I love the outtakes, all of the outtakes, like Paul doing Come and Get It, playing all the instruments. And it sounds as good as the Badfinger song. Because Paul said, just do what I did here and you'll have a hit single. And they did. And Mailman, Bring Me No More Blues. I am just really liking this a lot. So I will, I'm really happy I bought it. I will also say, not that I'm an expert like some of you, seriously, like some of you Beatles fans out there that know both versions really well. I love the new remix of Free as a Bird. I think it's excellent. I've always loved the song. Real Love, I'm not sure of yet, the remix. And I haven't heard the original from the 90s for a while. So I would need to listen to both to compare them. But I've heard that there's some George Harrison guitar work that's kind of missing on the remix. And John's vocals, I don't know. They sound AI-ish on the new remix. But it's a great song. Anyway, the main reason for this is just a quick review of the Beatles Anthology and to complain about the packaging. Now, as I've said, you know, I like this format, right? These. But as others have complained, getting the CDs out is a effing pain. That's right, I said effing pain. There they are. So let's try and get this one out here carefully without hurting myself. So you've really got to grab there. And I'm pulling. Like, I'm not weak. I might not be very strong either, but I was already pulling and it's barely budging. It's seriously tight in the CD. I'm not happy. Paul, if you're watching, call me. And then, you know, even to put it back in, the outer one might be easier because you can lift this here. Yeah, but it's still tight in the CD case thing. That's what I like to call it. So I don't, and you know, the Beatles aren't the only, it's not the only company that does that. And it's annoying. For instance, some of these I've grabbed, I'm not sure what the format is for them, but we'll see. But I know this one, this is the way they should be done. Or at least for me, I like these formats better. Look, the CDs are out in the open. You're not going to scratch them, pulling them out of the cardboard. Lift them up carefully here. I don't know why they can't. I do know that these spindles can be a pain and sometimes a bit of plastic breaks off, but just be careful. So that, I like that kind of packaging much more. But it just shows you this was a deluxe version, and then this is a more recent deluxe version for The Who. But guess what? No, they don't keep the same format. No. You have to change it up, and you have to take the CDs. And it's the same thing. It's, you know, you have to really pull on it. But, you know, right there, why did they change the format? Does it have to do with money? I don't know. This is another one, Sparks. This is an excellent compilation, 3 CDs, but it's the same problem. And don't worry, I'll be talking to Ron and Russell about this. And then here, it's still, you know, it's still tight in the CD case thing. Let's see this, John Anderson and the Band Geeks. There you go, way to go, John Anderson and the Band Geeks. Look how easy those CDs you can get to, and then a nice booklet. Yeah, and then the booklet, even the booklet, the way they do that, they have it in the slot. So you don't have to, you know, be fighting to get it out of the inside. Enough Beatles. Small Faces, I just recently got this. Let's see the format. Oh, I'm not happy. You have to dig inside to get the CDs. Another Sparks one. I think it's the same, yeah. And even the booklet, right? You gotta fight to get it out. Blue Oyster Cult. Let's see what... There we go. Way to go, Blue Oyster Cult. That's how you do it. And then, once again, the booklet is in this little flap thing. That's what I like to call it. I like to call it a flap thing. I love this design too. This is from the Clash box set. That's a hard case. Oh. This. It's got a nice booklet inside. Well, not really, but it's got, the information. Yeah, it's got inside here, it's got like the original stuff that came with the album. And then there, look at that. Look how nicely it sits in there in that case. Way to go, Clash. Okay, John Anderson. Don't worry, I'm almost done. I'm trying to get my point across. Way to go, John Anderson again. Very classy. Paul McCartney, a different idea, but you can still, I'm not crazy about this either. But you get them out from the top. But like I said, you have to really pull on them to get them out. Nectar sounds like this. Way to go, Nectar. Couple more here. This is a different format. This is XTC as the Dukes of Stratosphere. All the work they did as that band. Booklet. Yeah, see? That makes me happy. I've got a lot of deluxe Procol Harum sets. Let's check out this one. I think this is good. Yeah. The way to do it. And once again, they got the booklet in this little flap thing. Oh, and another one there, a poster. Another Nectar. Still doing it the right way. And finally, one more, David Bowie, Space Oddity. This one. They should have all CD formats the same. But I wonder how many, seriously, how many different CD formats there are. It gets a little crazy after a while. So there. Yeah, see, once again you have to dig out the CD from here, but open this up a bit. And this one comes out very easily, but still. I don't like this design. And neither should you. Seriously, who actually likes this kind of design where you have to pull out the CD from the CD case thing? And that's it. No more Beatles. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. I'm looking forward to your comments below. And, maybe some of you seriously disagree with me about some of this, but it irks me, and that's all that matters.